Alright, we're playing Java Bandit here. And it's a 10-minute game, which counts as rapid on chess.com. Why d4? I like both. It really depends. I'm ambidextrous. But I like grabbing the center. In this case, I'll actually play e4 and transpose back. Maybe he's playing the hippo against the hippo himself. d6. Yeah, this is the modern. Once knight f6 gets played, it's the Pirtz. I'll go f4. If you were watching my hippo speedrun, which some people are enjoying, I'm doing well with it, but you face quite a bit of pressure when people grab the center. So yeah, this is like an Austrian attack. The Austrian attack has no relation to Hitler. It's just pushing the F, E, and D pawns against Pirtz and modern setups. B6, alrighty. So right now there's no tension in the center. I have space. And I have time. And I'm feeling aggressive. So some people will be like, let's go G4. Somebody like A4. Somebody wants to play Bishop C4. But I like H4. I want to go H5. And I can immediately start harassing the H file. E5 is a move, but I'm gonna wait. Grip Tape Mike, thanks for gifting a sub. Free time, thanks for the prime. Oh, Jimmy has resubbed for 30 months. Only here because Hickey left for kick. Yes, there might be some refugees from top kick streamer Hikaru Nakamura. We will offer amnesty in the form of, if you give your sub here, you will be provided food and shelter. However, in exchange, you do have to provide Hickey updates, like a messenger boy. This move is a little early, I think. A, the math doesn't check out. White has 3 attackers, black only has 2 defenders. B, your king doesn't look like it's going to be in the best spot. Pawn takes, queen takes. I think not only am I winning a pawn, but I'm going to gain some valuable time. I take away the castling abilities, and now we castle with tempo. Queenside castle with check. You got a block. And I can still take this. And you know what? I could take with a pawn or take with a knight. Because this knight's pinned, why don't I take with my knight and get rid of black's good bishop? Java Bandit's being very cooperative right now. Okay, chat. White to play and find an annoying move. The king is on the run. Let's find an annoying move. There's multiple annoying moves. Try to find a move, a very annoying move. There's a lot of good moves here. Multiple answers are accepted, but there's a couple ones that really look hard to deal with. I'll give you some time. Essentially, I'm letting you work for me. Unpaid. But we have development. We have the bishop pair. We have the initiative. We have time. Chicken Pants is suggesting bishop to c5. Out of all the moves suggested, that is clearly the worst move I've seen today. If you're writing the wrong moves, that's your fault. If you don't speak the chess language and notation, that's on you. It's not on me if you can't speak the language. Bucko likes, I'm seeing bishop h6 is a move. Bishop g5 from Tim is a move, which is very tricky, right? Bishop g5. Because now if knight takes, we have bishop f6. So that's a very good move by Tim. Parking the bishop on g5. There's knight d5. There's bishop b5, bishop c4. Also knight b5. Anybody else like knight b5 or just me? Dr. Lord has vetoed knight b5. Oh, JC Digital says I like it. The veto is revoked. We're playing knight b5. Trying to fork the king and the rook, and there's no good way to defend that pawn. The reason knight b5 is better than knight d5 is black could trade after knight d5. After knight b5, there's no easy trade to get rid of the threat. Hello, JC Digital. Good evening. That's a good move, JK. But we can still get there. All right. I got a question. Another. The king's on the run. What's the next move? Bucko Bonsai says bishop h6 as an in-between move because it's check. So does Badkins. The argument is we should cage the king and then pick up the material so the king can't come out on g7 and connect the rooks. First order is to keep the king in a poor spot. So I think everybody likes bishop h6. We're going to play it. Go team. And the king goes to e8. We have knight c7. We're putting the king in a box. And now what's the next move? Because we know the king only has one square. By putting the king on g8, this is a bit of a mating net. Now what? So a lot of players are suggesting e6, but my question to you is, knight takes e5 really a threat in this position? Mr. Tim Cannon? Is knight e5 a move that we're worried about black playing? That's right. We want black to play knight e5. So let's come up with another move. We can take the pawn, or we can add more attackers. How would we add another attacker? There we go. Bishop c4. Excellent. And now what's the threat? The threat is pawn to e6. And pawn takes f7 checkmate. And they can't recapture because that's also checkmate. So e6 is a huge threat. Now we also make room for rook f1. And we still have the pin. e6 isn't a bad move, but bishop c4, keep it simple and you still retain the threats. Main card, bishop c4 is the right move, yes. If black goes a6, it doesn't matter. We go e6 anyways. If knight takes, that's for you to answer d hash. I'm a materialistic Matthew. I don't hang pawns for nothing. Now Java Bandit supported, gave 100 subs, and in exchange, I've organized the Twitch gangbang with Java Bandit chess version. But it's educational, hopefully. Hopefully Java Bandit is enjoying this. That we're all ganging up on him. It's all in good fun for learning purposes. Bishop a6, desperately trying to trade, but there's an issue here. Tim says gotta take. You're gonna have to specify Tim. There's four things we can take. A7, C7, D7, F7. I need you to be very specific here. You want to take on C7. Everyone wants to take on C7. Why are we taking on C7? Why don't we just take the free knight? Why do we have to calculate something? You guys don't want to take the free knight? Oh, we have some fancy players in the house. They're suggesting the line bishop f7, king takes f7, rook check, king e6, knight c7, king e5, and they want to go for checkmate. I don't know if that's forced. It doesn't look forced to me, but it's quite provocative. That's like objectively a little risky, but Dr. Lord says e6. Why not e6 still? Dr. Lord, e6 is a great move. That's where 2 minutes ago I told everyone we're threatening checkmate with e6. As soon as black plays bishop a6, it's like everybody forgot that we're still threatening e6 with mating ideas. But everyone saw bishop a6 and they're tunnel visioning to the queen side. We're going to go e6, what Dr. Lord is suggesting, because that was our original threat, and black has not addressed that by playing bishop a6. But everybody else is just looking at the board and like, oh, bishop a6, let's take this or take here. No, why not? JTP says, I said e6 before Dr. Lord. You're right, but this is not socialism here. Dr. Lord has purchased a VIP pass, which allows his brain to lag and his moves to be submitted first. He is a channel oligarch. That's correct. You know, like at Disneyland, he's the type of guy to pay for the skip the line. But if you saw e6 JTB, you should still be happy. That's a good suggestion. So what's black's move here? There's one move black's probably going to play. Knight e5. Moves the knight out of the way, and it defends f7. Then what are we going to do? We're going to go pawn takes, knight takes, rook f1, rook f8, and then we're going to go rook d8. And it's going to be a beautiful finish with a forced checkmate. Did you follow that line? Knight e5, e takes f7, knight takes f7, rook here, and rook d8. Rook f7 instead. No, you're not a VIP. Your move has been rejected. Does that move change anything? I don't think so. I think we still are working on this mate. But do you know what's key here? The bishop h6 move is key. It's not about how much material we've won. It's that the king is in a box, so black's remaining material is not even usable, such as the rook on h6. Bishop h6 allows all this to flow. Without throwing that in-between move, might have won a rook, but black's king would have escaped, and they would have had some more resistance. I'm not interested in the rook. I'm interested in the mating. How do you obtain the title of Grandmaster? So a normal player would play bishop takes f7, rook takes f7, rook d8 check, rook f8 blocks, rook f8 checkmate. But a grandmaster, seeing that there's an easy checkmate, will find an alternative solution. When you see, you know, like a mate in one, you look for better. I see a checkmate, I'm going to look for better. I'm going to look for this kind of mate. But to answer your question, I provided the sexual favors to the right chess politicians in order to get the Grandmaster title. There is nothing. Bishop f7 is forced mate. Good game. Thank you to Java Bandit for playing. Now, everyone's like, Eric, why are you playing a 1200? Little did you know I had my own plan. I haven't played a rated rapid game on the chessbrah account in a year. So I was inactive. Now, after defeating Java Bandit, who's rated a very solid 1229, I am back. I am back as the #1 rated rapid chess.com player in the world. Ahead of Magnus Carlsen. You're looking at the #1 chess.com rapid player in the world. And that's what happens. I played Java Bandit. We had a tough game. I even spoke to the chat. We played along with the chat, and I'm back on top, baby. That's the global #1. Out of 45,322,518 people. As Ziz would say, you Myron, brah?